Hey everyone, welcome to Average Joe Preparedness. My name is Rick and I'm an Average Joe. I don't know when this video is going out. It's just a couple days before Christmas, so I want to wish everyone happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, and I hope you're doing well. The cold is hitting the United States right now. I know there's a lot of people that are suffering. There's a lot of people that are in the, I mean, it's cold here, but I have electricity. So, and I hope that this I hope this finds as many of you as possible doing well. And for those of you who are running into issues, I hope that you were prepared. Now, that being said, uh, piggybacking on that, I don't want this to sound wrong, but if I hope that there's lessons learned from this, that this is going to happen again. People try not to get into a normalcy bias where something bad happens either to you, around you, or to someone you know, or just in general. And then people are like, well, it's not going to happen to me, or that happened once, it's not going to happen again. I highly recommend that any lessons that I used to tell my kids when they were growing up, something would happen and maybe it was a close call or maybe they got out of it by luck or whatever. And I would say, well, you know what? That's the universe trying to teach you something or trying to tell you something. And maybe you might want to learn your lesson. Now, I know initially that sounds a little cold-hearted. I'm not trying to be cold-hearted, but again, I'm just telling you what I would tell my kids, that this is it. And if you don't listen, if you don't do anything about it, then the next time the universe is going to be like, oh, so you didn't listen, so I guess you didn't learn your lesson, and then tend to hit it with you again. I know it sounds bad, especially this time of the year. I'm not trying to be a bad guy. I'm just trying to be honest. Yes? So I know I'm learning my lessons. I hope everyone else is learning theirs. Maybe because it sounds mean, that's why people don't do it. I don't know. So I'm not trying to be a bad guy. I'm just letting you guys know that anytime something like this happens, there are lessons that can be learned, and they probably should. Yes? Yes. Okay, now on to something maybe a little nicer. It's just an idea. It doesn't actually have to do with, it doesn't have to be affiliated with the Christmas spirit or this time of the year and the thing of giving, but it's just an idea. Something me and the lovely lady in my life have done and do and will do again. And this isn't my idea originally, so I can't say that I came up with it. Somebody else did. I took a hold of it and made it part of our lives. But what we do is I would get a hold of backpacks, and what this has to do is with giving to people, giving to the needy. Yes, and I know some of you, and I used to be very like, those people that are like on the corners or outside stores, or the ones I'm talking about, that are asking for money and saying, God bless and please help me. And you just don't know, you're like, there should be, or at least for me, there was a part of me and I was conflicted. Yes. I don't know if this ever happened to you. Let me know. Yes. So the idea, initially I used to give money because, and I'm not trying to push anything on anyone, but there's a book and it's got a lot of wisdom in it. And basically it says that all of us are beggars. And that's basically all of us are beggars. And when people are needy, or let's just say they're beggars, I'm going to use that word. I don't mean anything derogatory to it. But, and it says in there, it's not up to you to judge what people are going to do. It's up to you to be a good person. Does that make sense? Even though you might think, man, they're just going to use this for this bad thing and this bad thing, and so I'm just not going to give it to them. Technically, that's not your job. Your job is to be a good person and to be giving, and what they do with it is now on them. It's their responsibility. And that, I know that's what I was supposed to do, but there was just this conflict with me. And I was like, man, I wish they would actually get something, that they needed, not that they wanted, if that makes sense. Yes? Yes. So like I said, this idea wasn't mine originally, but it's a solution for me. If you're ever conflicted like that, when you see people and you're like, you're just not sure. And although you should give, I know, let's just get past that. But I'm just telling you, I'm a human being and I was conflicted. So the solution was to get a backpack. And I usually get them at like secondhand stores, reduce, reuse, recycle, up-purpose, repurpose, whatever. Or sometimes you can get them on sale when it's like after the school season starts. They got all the backpacks out there for the kids and then they get rid of them. The point being is I would get like a bunch of backpacks. And then I would go to the dollar store. I don't want that to sound wrong, that it's a dollar store. But basically, I would buy this stuff and put it in the backpacks that I wish people, this is what I wanted them to get with my money. If I was to give them money, I look at them and I see them. I'm like, man, I wish they would go and get personal products or food or water or whatever. Does that make sense? And that's what I would put in the backpacks. So it would be like toothbrushes and toothpaste and mouthwash and soap and shampoo. And if it was winter time, I don't know if I ever talked about these in my videos before. I think I may have now that I think about it. But if it was winter time, I would get really inexpensive, but they were there, the gloves and hats. And if it was summertime, and sunscreen and a regular hat, you know, with the bill and some socks, you know, food, high protein things like peanut butter. You get stuff, little things of crackers and tuna, and you get what I'm saying? So I'd walk in the store and I'd be like, what would I wish that they would get with the money that I would give them? You with me? Again, like a toothbrush sometimes. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, it's up to the individuals. Every person, it's not like a list, like a shopping list, like you will get this and put it in the backpack. It's what you think and where you live. It could be insect. And a lot of these stuff are the same things that I put in my backpack also. Yes? Yes. So I found that my bags that I was packing for them were almost like little miniature, you know, like 72-hour bags. There was enough food in there to keep them alive, you know, for like days. And I would put water or juices or those containers. If you go to the dollar store, they got a bunch of stuff. And again, like I said, like combs and shampoos and soaps and not too personal items, but the lovely lady in my life, she was like, well, what if we got girls? You know, you might want to get some stuff. That's up to everybody. I don't want to anything, but it's just a thought. It's just something that I've done in the past. We do carry them in the cars, and you'd be surprised how people react. I remember I was doing a road trip. I went off the freeway. I got me some gas. I was going back on the freeway, and there was a man there, and he was standing there with a sign saying that he was unemployed. And I just sat there initially, and I just stopped, and I looked at him. And I think maybe I looked at him too long, and he's staring back at me, and I was like, you know what, Rick? It's not your place. You have the backpack. Just reach behind your seat, grab and give it to him. So I did. I turned, I looked, I grabbed it, and I set it on my windowsill for him. And he just stood there for a second. And I was like, man, this is for you. And he came over and got it. And he was like, wow, you weren't looking at me in a good way. I didn't know what you were actually going to do. And I told him, man, this is for you. You know, I hope the best for you. You know, God bless, or whatever you say, good wishes. That's up to the individual. But he seemed happy to get it. And again, there was food, and there was socks, and there was, I think it was cold, so I'm sure there was like a hat, and then there was water, and there was juices, and there was personal items for him. Yes? Yes. And then there was another time, because I've done it lots of times, and the lovely lady in my half. I think we were in her car, and it was hers, and we were pulling out of a major store, doesn't matter, there was a lady with her kids, and I was like, I don't know. There's a part of me, admittedly, please do not judge me. I am a human being. Admittedly, there was a part of me like, this is a scam. I felt like she was almost like using her kids. I mean, I know, don't trash me for it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just being honest with you. But it didn't stop me, so I grabbed the bag. I walked over and I gave it to one of the kids. You know, the lady was there, and she's like, well, my kids need food. And that like hurt right there, you know. And I said, ma'am, there's food in there for you. So anyways, this is just a thought. Yes, I'm just passing this on to you guys. I don't know. It just, the idea came back to me, you know, or the idea came to me to bring it up to you guys. Maybe it's got to do with the season. Maybe it's got to do with the way the world is. I don't know. All right, let's just tie a bow on this thing real fast. Again, I'm not going to say that it's because of the season. I'm not going to say it's because of the way the world is. I'm just going to say that the idea came up, and I figured I'd pass it on to you guys. And again, it's to each his own. You know, however, if you want to do it, I think it's fantastic. However you decide to do it is up to you. What you put in the bags, again, it came from the heart. And the way it worked for me was, what do I wish these people would get with the money I gave them? Does that make sense? And in this case, I don't want this to sound wrong. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. But the solution was there. Is I don't have to wish that they would get these things. I don't have to be like, man, no, I just got it for them. I put it in the bag. I hand them the bag. Boom. Now it's up to them. Yes? Yes. And just a final thought on that, just a silly little tie-in thing. Just want to let you guys know, because I saw another content creator, and I thought it was a good thing, because he gets a little bit, I don't get anything off of these. My channel is way too small, but he does. And what he does is he donates the proceeds, or a percentage of the proceeds, I think it's like 25% or 50%, to a local shelter or a local community kitchen thing. And I was like, man, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'll tell you guys something. If this channel ever makes any money, which I highly doubt, and I've never thought that ever will, but I'll tell you what, if it does, now, for those of you who are here, because it might be, I've been doing this for years and it's just not even getting close. But if it ever happens, now you know where the money, if there is any ever going to be generated, where it's going to go. And it's going to be making those backpacks. Yes? Yes. All right, I'm looking over at my list of things I was going to talk about. And the next one, it was going to go, remember, you know how some of my videos, they get a little darker, and I was going to go there, and I just now decided, no, I'm not going to do it. You know why? Christmas spirit, just feeling good. I'm not sure, but we'll leave this stuff for later on. So I'm probably not going to film one this weekend. So it'll probably be about another week or so before a video gets out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, the holidays. We have family that are local. They're going to be coming over, and we'll be exchanging gifts and doing dinner and stuff. And hopefully, knock on wood, you know, we have electricity, and I hope everyone out there does too. So I hope that your holidays, they find you well. I hope, I'm praying for everyone. Yes. Don't be offended by that. Hopefully, I'm sending good wishes out to everybody. Yes, enjoy your holidays. Enjoy your family. Do the best you can. Okay. I hope this finds you well. I hope you are happy. I hope you are positive, and I hope that you are being prepared.